Donald Trump has been busy today. We've got some information on the $2,000 dividend stimulus. This is what we talked about yesterday. This is the tweet from yesterday, and this is the new one. All money left over from the $2,000 payments made to low and middle income USA citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Donald J. Trump. Yeah, it looks like he's just following up and doubling down on this a little bit more. So we'll see how it really goes. But he's also getting some pushback from the Supreme Court, saying that tariffs are unconstitutional and is essentially a tax on the American people. That seems to be what the Supreme Court is talking about right now. So this is kind of Trump's response to it. The payback numbers being quoted by the radical left lunatics who would love to see us lose on tariffs because of how bad it would be for our country are much higher than those being stated by our fake opposition. Opposition mainly from foreign countries that would do anything to be allowed to charge us tariffs without retribution. The actual number would have to pay back in tariff revenues and investments would be in excess of $2 trillion. And that, in of itself, would be a national security catastrophe. Those opposed to us in the United States Supreme Court are giving lowballed numbers so that the Supreme Court will think it's easy to get out of this terrible situation that these anarchists and thugs have put us into. Kind of hard to read his tweets sometimes. He talks in such broken English in these tweets. He sounds kind of stupid sometimes. That's Donald's brand. He big bright and sounds stupid sometimes, and then always clapping back at people. And that's what he's doing here. He's clapping back at the Supreme Court, trying to say, hey, the president should be able to put tariffs on. If not, then all these other countries are going to take advantage of us. And both sides have a point here. You know, the Supreme Court's usually got some pretty good judgment when it comes to these things. At the same time, there's a lot of value in the president being able to put tariffs down in short notice. He's used it effectively as a negotiation tool. It's also caused a lot of volatility in the stock market, spiking the VIX, causing flash crashes, things like that, which overall isn't ideal. But they're probably going to come to some middle ground about this. And just so we're clear, if this actually does happen, we're not going to see any sort of $2,000 dividend stimulus to the American people. And while we're following up on this, on the previous video I posted was about this $2,000. Wow, I had some people just crashing out in the comments over this. Just some left-wing people just absolutely crashing out. I didn't even say anything political, and it's just kind of funny. Honestly, they should really, reconsider how they're spending their time, because wow, that was impressive, the amount of crash out from these woke people in the comments. Yeah, especially when I didn't even say anything political. I just read Donald Trump's tweets. Yeah, I'm literally just keeping up with the news. So if you really think the things I say are super political and offensive, man, you got some fucking problems, man. You got way more problems than I am qualified to help with. So yeah, we've also got this little clip from Fox News, pretty much Trump talking to the American people from the Oval Office, essentially about the government shutdown. What's going on is, from what I understand, they've come to a deal. It's not all set in stone yet, but the government is going to reopen. These airports have been seeing a lot of logistical problems due to the government shutdown. A lot of federal employees at the airports, obviously, and it's been a big headache for these politicians that have led on this stupid government shutdown, just playing politics. And yeah, we'll get into it. We'll see what Steve's talking about here.
Well, I will be. I'll abide by the deal. The deal is very good. We're not going to be giving $1.5 trillion to people that came in from jails and from the gangs and drug dealers and all of these others that they wanted to be given health care, which would have hurt our health care system. Well, I will be.
Man, if Donald Trump's in a deal, it's always a good deal if you ask him. Every deal he's in it's a good deal. Always a good deal. Classic salesman. Isn't it crazy how he just always resorts to, kind of blaming the poor people and the immigrants? And yeah, I mean, it's obviously we shouldn't be giving a bunch of money to illegal immigrants. Pretty, pretty, pretty obvious, point to have. He just always doubles down on this. So it's kind of funny to watch him do. It's so unpolitically correct, but that's just his brand. That's what got him elected. He's a salesman, and every deal he's ever been in is a good deal. So yeah, that's Trump in a nutshell. So, but yeah, I think the TLDR on this is Trump's trying to give everyone $2,000. He's really going to fight for that. I have a feeling he's going to push for that pretty hard. But the Supreme Court is putting up some roadblocks in that whole situation, and even getting at how he's using these tariffs. They're not really happy with how he's using the tariffs, which I think there is some valid pushback on it. At the same time, tariffs are a tool that need to be used, and it seems like we're going to reopen the government. It's long overdue. These politicians in Washington are absolutely ridiculous with these government shutdowns. It's so politicized, and it just hurts the American people. And they still get paid while it's going on. So, yeah, they're getting paid the whole time while real federal employees aren't. It's a sham. Obviously, that should be something that gets fixed. That's like one of those 90-10 rules, 95-5 rules. Politicians shouldn't be getting paid when the government's shut down, obviously. So, yeah, that's kind of the breakdown of what's been going on. So, yeah, if you like this, if you like what I'm doing, or if you don't like it, say something in the comments. Tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm just a guy talking in front of the camera. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Most of y'all aren't subscribed. It's a new channel. Any subscription would help. But I really don't care, honestly. I'm just a guy talking in front of my camera. I'm just getting my thoughts out there. So, yeah, peace. Have a good day, everyone.